One of the Nigerian celebrities who is currently facing trial for allegedly spraying and abusing the country legal tender, the Naira notes, Pascal Okechukwu aka Cubana Chiefpriest has called on the general public not to run whenever they are invited by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Adding that, EFCC treats suspects with care. Cubana Chiefpriest made the statement via his Instagram account on Thursday night, shortly after the EFCC had declared former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Adoza Bello wanted over 80.2 billion naira's alleged money laundering. The Nigeria Immigration Service, NIS issued a circular addressed to all heads of security agencies to place the ex-governor, Yahaya Bello on watch list and he should be arrested when seen. Subsequently, the Inspector General of Police withdrew all police operatives attached to the former governor. According to Cubana Chiefpriest in the Instagram post using EFCC logo as a backdrop, facing the EFCC is not a cause for panic, stressing, no matter how far you run, the eagle will fly and catch you. The eagle will always fly so high to catch you wherever you hide. No need to run when EFCC invites you. Just pull up and answer them. They don't bite, they don't beat, they only investigate and prosecute. For their cell, bed day, toilet and bathroom day, even breakfast, lunch and dinner is served. So tell me, why are you running? How long will you run? NA Big Man Location EFCCB. For me it's a status symbol, Cubana Chiefpriest stated in quote. 80.2 billion naira's money laundering. Yahaya Bello's absent stalls arraignment. Former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello on Thursday, April 18, 2024 failed to appear before Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court, Maitama, Abuja to kick off his arraignment by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Bello was slated for arraignment by the EFCC alongside Ali Bello, Dauda Suleiman and Abdul Salam Hudu on 19-count charges bordering on money laundering to the tune of 80 nairas, 246, 470,000 and 89.888 billion, 246 million, 470,000 and 89 naira, 80 kobo. Count 1 of the charges reads, that you, Yahaya Adoza Bello, Ali Bello, Dauda Suleiman, and Abdul Salam Hudu, still at large sometime in February 2016, in Abuja within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, conspired amongst yourselves to convert the total sum of 80 nairas, 246,470, or 88.888 billion, 246 million, 470,000 and 89 naira, 88 kobo, which sum you reasonably ought to have known forms part of the proceeds of your unlawful activity to wit, criminal breach of trust, and you thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 18A and punishable under Section 15(3) of the Money Laundering Prohibition Act, 2011 as amended. Count 17 of the charges read, that you Yahaya Bello between the 26th of July 2021 to the 6th of April 2022 in Abuja within the jurisdiction of this honorable court aided E-Traders International Limited to conceal the aggregate sum of 3,081,804,654 nairas, 3,081,804,654 naira, in account number 145145808 domiciled in Access Bank PLC, which sum you reasonably ought to have known forms part of proceeds of unlawful activity to wit, criminal breach of trust, and you thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 18A 15(2)(d) of the Money Laundering Prohibition Act, 2011 as amended and punishable under Section 15(3) of the same Act. Count 18 of the charges reads, that you Yahaya Adoza Bello sometime in November 2021 in Abuja within the jurisdiction of this honorable court indirectly procured E-Traders International Limited to transfer the aggregate sum of $570,330, $570,330 to account number 42666444272 domiciled in TD Bank, United States of America, which some you reasonably ought to have known forms part of proceeds of unlawful activity to wit, criminal breach of trust, and you thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 15(2)(d) of the Money Laundering Prohibition Act, 2011 as amended and punishable under Section 15(3) of the same Act. Yahaya Bello's botched arraignment came on the heels of his warrant of arrest granted the EFCC by the court on Wednesday, April 17, 2024. Prosecution counsel, Kenny Pinheiro, SAN, regretted that a lawful attempt to serve the defendant the charges, along with a court order of arrest, was botched by a person of immunity, who came and whisked him away in his car, noting that by virtue of Section 287 of the Constitution all persons are obliged to obey a court order. Also, Section 12 of ACJA, he said, allowed law enforcement agencies to break down premises to bring unwilling defendants to justice. Pinheiro assured that the state will invoke all its powers within the law to ensure that the defendant is produced in court. The state will ensure that he is produced in court for the purpose of arraignment, and it is in his own interest so that he can take his plea. Following Bello's absence, Pinheiro sought leave of the court to serve him the charges through his counsel, Abdulwahab Mohammed San. Mohammed, however, declined, saying that he did not have the authority of his client to accept the charges. Mohammed further argued that his client cannot be arraigned in court until EFCC's appeal against an order of the High Court, restraining the Commission from arresting, detaining and prosecuting him is determined, and also until the determination of his client's preliminary objection, challenging the jurisdiction of Justice Nwai's court to entertain his trial. Pinheiro, however, submitted that it was legal and constitutional to serve the defendant through his lawyer, especially as the defense counsel introduced himself in court unconditionally and without limitations as the representative of the defendant. Having introduced himself unconditionally as the representative of the defendant, my learned colleague knows that he cannot be a defense counsel for arraignment and not for bail. If he is served the charges on behalf of the defendant, if he likes, he can now advise his client to stay permanently away from the court, he said. The judge adjourned the matter till Tuesday, April 23, 2024, for ruling as to whether the prosecution can serve the defendant through his lawyer for arraignment. Signed, Public Relations Unit, EFCC, Thursday the 18th of April 2024.
Bring you the news in a more digital way.